Welcome back. On Monday, a college student from Plainfield had one of those moments he'll remember for the rest of his life. Jacob Irons did play-by-play on the radio broadcast for the College Football Playoff National Championship between his school, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. Jacob is a junior at Notre Dame and president of Notre Dame TV. He's involved in the school's radio broadcasts as well. Jacob joins us now from the Indiana campus. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys letting me boom in here to Rocky Hill to be a part of this.
Well, it's great to have you. I got to tell you, I knew we'd be talking, so I was watching the national broadcast on ESPN. That first drive, Notre Dame marches down the field, and I'm thinking to myself, how cool is this for Jacob that he's calling this drive? We probably don't want to talk about a lot of stuff that happened later in the game, maybe, Jacob, but just tell me what that, I'm just kidding, but to tell me what that was like for you to call that drive in that game.
It's like one of those surreal moments that you have as a broadcast. You start with high school football and you think a Thanksgiving Day game between Plainfield and Griswold is the highest you'll ever get. And then to have that national championship call and to be in that atmosphere, to be at really the highest level of sport was really a pinch me moment. To be from little northeastern Connecticut to be down in Atlanta calling it on a national stage was really one of those surreal moments I'll have for the rest of my life.
Yeah, what an amazing opportunity. Let's talk about how you got there. I know this all began when you were younger, and if I encourage people to go check out Dama Moore from The Current did a great piece leading up to the game on you and your background, so people should check that out to find out more. But he said it was your sister who was a pretty good athlete, and you were watching, and that kind of got you on this path. Tell us how you got, in a minute or so, how you got from there to here.
Yeah, I am the brother to an extremely gifted sister. There is nothing athletic in my body. I wish there was. I really do. But she was the creme de la creme of athletics. I would go to games and all the parents would be like, oh my gosh, that's your sister. That's awesome. And I really just started getting bored watching and hearing all these praises. And I just really wanted to get and be somewhat a little bit off to the corner by myself. And one of the coaches knew I like to talk. I'm a talkative guy. I'm very social, and said, why don't we have him do public address? And from that moment on, I started doing Little League softball and worked my way up throughout middle school, did American Legion baseball, then did high school. And from then on, just really catapulted into realizing someone can get paid to do this. Someone has the opportunity to be at these big games, and it's not just free, that someone has this as a job and has this as an industry. So it really piqued my interest. But we don't like to say it too loud that my sister got me into this, but she takes full credit for it and has every right to.
That's a great story. Tell me about your time at Notre Dame. You got in there and immediately said, I want to get involved in stuff. And you've had the opportunity to do, obviously, this game, but lots of other cool broadcasts at Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, it's really one of those cool places here at Notre Dame and right under the Golden Dome is that I went into my advisor's office and said, hey, what can I do to get on these games? And she was like, hey, just wait your time. Like there might not be opportunities right away, but just keep working. And that's what I did. Just kept working, kept showing up and did some really cool events. Like I've called our men's soccer team to the College Cup 2 times already in my 4 years. And really just how this is built out has been really cool. And to have these moments of walk-offs and really this college football playoff run has been the pinnacle of it all.
One thing that I saw when you were talking about some of your experiences in researching for this interview, the team treats you well, and the teams, I suppose, on different sports. That can be tough when you're a college broadcaster and they're having to interview with you after they just finished with ESPN. What's that part of the experience been like, and how will you carry that forward in your career?
Yeah, and it's one of those cool spots because everyone talks about the Notre Dame difference, and the Notre Dame difference is the people. And it was really emblematic throughout this entire postseason run that we were never pushed aside. We were always brought to the forefront and asked to be regular journalists. I was in a press conference with our athletic director, Pete Pavacqua, and I asked a question, and no one second guessed having me have the microphone. And it really is one of those cool opportunities that they value us just as regular journalists, that we have some insight that other journalists might not have because we are living campus life day in and day out. So having that opportunity has been cool. But I think for me later on down the road, you got to treat students with everything they have because they sometimes know more than what they know on paper. And they have those inside scoops that regular journalists all are dying for.
One of the rules of journalism, especially sports journalism, is you can't root for an outcome. But it's a little different when you're a student in Notre Dame. So I know it wasn't the outcome you wanted in the national championship game, but Was that kind of a tough moment where you're trying to call a game straight, but at the same time, it's your school out there on the field?
It definitely was tough at times. I think my broadcaster partner and I did a good job balancing each other out. Like whenever one of us was on color and one of us was on play-by-play, the play-by-play guy was pretty down the line. Our color guy would normally start flirting the line a little bit. But really, when you start looking at it, it was just cool. This is a season that was way beyond what many people imagined for Notre Dame. And so to end with it at the college football championship was really cool. So just might not have gone our way, but now that we start to think about like a week's time has passed since then, it really has started to come to fruition that, you know what, we were there. We were one of the last two teams standing. And I know you don't love to have it say you get second place medals, but you did. And you are the second ranked team in the country. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes it hurts worse when you come in second. Only about 30 seconds left. Tell me what's next for you. Where will we see you on our TVs and maybe here in Connecticut?
We're going to be finding out soon. Everything is getting a resume here soon with everything coming up. So applying for all different types of jobs, whether in front of the camera and behind the camera, to get it going.
Well, you said at the beginning that people thought of this for you because you're a talkative guy. We all saw that. And I saw some of the clips of you doing your thing, and you're certainly talented, especially for someone of your age. So we will be looking for you on our televisions, I'm sure in no time, and everyone can say, they saw you here on CT25, and hey, that's that guy from Plainfield doing great things on a big level. Jacob Irons, thank you so much for being with us, and we wish you a lot of luck as you head out into that journey.
Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it.
Another young person doing great things. That is CT25 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning is coming up next. Of course, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll meet you back here in Studio A next Sunday morning.